La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah.
I have been with my husband for 8 years and we share a 7-year-old son. I come from a European Christian background and converted to Islam when I married my husband, who comes from an Indian Muslim background. Despite my conversion, my personal understanding of modesty, rooted in my Christian upbringing, has always been centered on dressing conservatively, avoiding excessive displays of wealth, and maintaining a reserved demeanor. I do not wear revealing clothes, cover my shoulders, and avoid attire that rises above my knees. I associate modesty with minimizing external displays of material wealth as opposed to showing flesh. But I don't like to show too much flesh to strangers, as I don't want to invite scrutiny from people who don't know me or care for my well being. My husband, however, has always encouraged me to dress in a more glamorous and revealing way. He believes that dressing in a way that visibly displays affluence is important. The women in his social circle share this outlook and dress similarly. When we married, he explicitly stated that he did not want me to wear a hijab. For years, I have tried to find a middle ground, dressing well groomed and elegant but still maintaining my personal sense of modesty. For 5 to 6 years, I was a stay at home mother, largely isolated without a car or much social interaction. However, I have recently graduated with a law degree and started working at a law firm. I continue to dress conservatively in a professional and well groomed manner. Despite this, I receive an overwhelming amount of unsolicited attention from men, even when I do nothing to invite it. Strangers sometimes approach me in public, sometimes even when I am standing next to my husband. This has made me uncomfortable and self-conscious, leading me to wonder if I am somehow giving off signal I do not intend. The situation has become a significant source of conflict in my marriage life. In my marriage, my husband reacts with extreme jealousy whenever I receive attention, even when I handle it correctly by declining advances and maintaining professional boundaries. His frustration is compounded by the fact that we look physically different. He's tan with dark hair while I am blonde and pale, causing people not to immediately assume that we are together. My perspective is that not everyone shares the same cultural norms, and so if it's dealt with, then there is no need to escalate it. Recently, my husband's jealousy escalated to violence. A senior colleague at work, whom I had assumed would clarify that there was no inappropriate relationship between us, instead responded to my husband's inquiry by insinuating that we were involved. This led my husband to believe I was having an affair, resulting in a domestic violence incident, which I reported to the police. I could prove the man was lying, and my husband has since apologized but claims I led this man on. Even in court, while standing in line with my husband as a complainant in the case against my husband, a man mistook me for my husband's lawyer and asked for my number right in front of my husband. This further enraged him in the court before I had a chance to even withdraw the protection order I had initially sought. Although we have since reconciled and began therapy, he insists that if I stood closer to him in public, no one would approach me. He continues to blame me, claiming that I must be doing something to provoke this unwanted attention. His jealousy has now led to increasingly restrictive rules. I am not allowed to go out alone. I do not have a car. He picks me up from everywhere. He even insists to be with me when we are doing grocery shopping, and I feel suffocated. He demands strict limitation on my professional interactions with men, rules I already abide by. I do not shake hands with men, maintain a professional demeanor, and avoid unnecessary fraternization. Yet, no matter how much I comply, it is never enough to satisfy him. The fear of his anger has made me so self conscious that I struggle to function in professional settings if men are present because I fear that any normal interaction with a man might be misconstrued. The reality is that, regardless of my behavior or appearance, I attract attention that I do not seek. And that makes me deeply uncomfortable already as it is. I feel helpless that my husband holds me accountable for something beyond my control. He is divorced from his previous wife and they are still on good terms. She claims he was never abusive towards her, and he claims that she never had men approaching her as much as I did, which means I'm doing something wrong. He's also suggesting he wants me to quit my job and stay at home, and previously he only wanted 2 kids. He is now pressuring me to have 4. Does anyone have similar experience or advice? I do not know what to do. If there is something I could do, I would do it. But life is become more stifling by the day. I'm seriously considering divorce. Viewers, today I found this post and I thought that I should share this post with you. I need your viewpoint, your opinion about this person. After that, I will make another video and I will tell you and I will share my opinion regarding this man and or this sort of man. So think about it, gather some information and look around your surroundings. Do you find this kind of husband or this kind of men around you? And what do you think? At what we should do to deal with these kind of men? Because it is not the teachings of Islam. He's going against the teachings of Islam. He's not following the footsteps of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he didn't do that. He was not harsh to his wives. He didn't force his wives to do anything. I don't know why Muslim men are doing these things. So let's have your opinion. After that, I will share my opinion about it. Take care.